do you think about cold opens?
Cold is not my favorite thing.
Cold is.
Are you gonna cover the camera after your stupid photo?
No, we're not.
Get a dumb screen and then you can come back in and say the same. I hate
You decided to be off screen. You no longer have an opinion. You coward.
Okay, go ahead.
Can you see him back there?
Yeah, maybe we can, but that's kind of what this video is going to be. Today, we've spent the entire day doing a whole bunch of Genesis tournament stuff, and I figure, like, after all, like, 2 days of Genesis, it makes perfect sense to open some Star Wars. But I'm with Flake. I'm with Matt. How do I actually do we Flake or like 983 Media or like how do I actually call you?
Just Flake. I mean,
He's just Flake.
Unless you are in my immediate family, like all my friends. Like if I went to school with you, I'm Matt. If I'm related to you, I'm Matthew. And to everyone else, I've been Flake for over 20, almost 25 years.
Almost 25 years. Speaking of almost 25 years. Almost 25 years since you've cracked this. We've had a little story. Oh, by the way, that's I guess same issue of like, I don't know if I call you Steven or DM. Those are his feet though. Those are feet. I think
that might actually increase viewership if you put feet, like hashtag feet in there.
I hear people like feet.
People do like feet.
This is going to be quite...
That is not my jam, but...
This is going to be one heck of a title.
Yeah.
I'm going to be working on it. But anyway. Want to do something kind of cool since we've been old Decipher Star Wars fans for a freaking while, and he has not. It's been almost 25
It's been
years.
over 20 years. So I think the last time that I opened Star Wars product, it was Death Star 2, which came out in 2001, I think. Yeah, I think it was 2001. So we're really approaching over 20 years.
Yeah, because Legends of the Episode 1 stuff that was supposed to be Skywalkers, then the movies came out.
Right. Tatooine was a set, and I stopped at Tatooine. That was, I think, the last product I ever bought was Tatooine.
I think it stopped at Coruscant. But I also didn't like play it.
Coruscant was exceptionally short printed too, so if you have anything from Coruscant, it's actually quite expensive.
Yep.
Anything, commons, uncommons, the whole 9 years.
Yeah, common sets are like $800, $150. Theed Palace is even bigger because that was the last one. That was the grand finale. But anyway, so yeah, we wanted to introduce. You guys have probably seen this if you've seen some other videos, and I've introduced this just as a really cool product that I would like to see games bring back. This was the official tournament sealed deck that Star Wars brought out. You would basically pay whatever they call $20-25, I think, whatever. And you would get 4 packs of Premier, 1 pack of A New Hope. So you basically get 5 packs. And then inside of each, there was a static 18 card pack that everybody had access to. The other thing that made it cool was the wrapping itself. You notice you get this cool little seal. So there are 6 different versions of this box. So the box itself became collectible. Like I said, since we've been fans, I got my hands on a couple. And I wanted to like feed the need, I guess, and give you an opportunity to crack open some Star Wars seals.
That is why I'm here, frankly. Whatever Genesis is.
There we go.
This is the whole. No, I'm kidding, guys.
No, this is
But let's just get real here. So again, you got 2. I bought one off you. That is going in my collection, my personal collection. I've never opened one of these in my entire life, ever. I've never opened a seal. I've never even seen one. I'm not even kidding you until this weekend. Yeah, I've never seen one. That's why when you said you had some, I got the Jabba's version, but I've never had the actual official tournament seal deck. So this,
like the Jabba's enhanced.
No. There was there was a Jabba's tournament pack, I think, as well. They did those, but this is to me like, I wouldn't say it was a holy grail, but this was something that I was desperate to get a hold of, and the fact that you got me a sealed one is huge. And now we can open one too.
Yeah, we're gonna open one too, and it's kind of janky and crap. But before we do that, real quick, so I'm just going to do quick my history of this game. So I grew up. I actually started with Magic, kind of Magic Alpha, Beta. We did a hobby day in my middle school, my elementary school, and like Wizards of the Coast, like somebody came out and like showed us like, hey, you guys should learn a hobby. Here's Magic the Gathering. So I became like a nut for that. But I lived in the Bible Belt, so like my parents like saw Unholy Strength and Terror, like the old Magic stuff. For sure. I still know
demonic tutor.
I still know the dumpster I had to throw all of my old Magic in.
That dumpster is worth more than my life.
Yeah. And what's worse, it was the day we got our cat, who is also dead. Her name was Shadow. But yeah, no. So I was told I have to throw them away. I'm sitting in the car, just like so. But apparently, the Force is fine, Mom. Yeah.
The Force is fine. Well, did they know about the dark side?
I don't think they watched it. I actually didn't know that. I didn't know.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It was legitimately the bad part of the whole mystical thing.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, they were.
Look, if I may quote one of my
it.
heroes, hokey religions and ancient weapons are no match for a good blast archer.
Yeah, no, we do love our guns down there. They love their guns down there. So yeah, it's not untrue. But yeah, so I had to throw it all away, and I got into Star Wars instead because I guess my parents were idiots. So they're at least one of them is hi Alice. So also the other thing, I didn't actually know that Star Wars was not. I didn't know that like Luke Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi weren't Muppets characters. Because the first time I ever saw them was on the Muppet Show.
Yeah, they were on there.
But I watched it religiously, and I thought that that's where they were, and then I realized, oh, there's movies. They make movies, and I started seeing the commercials of like the TIE Fighter, and I was like,
I like that to you, the person who shoved a proton torpedo up a Death Star's ass is akin to pigs in space. Like, it's the same thing.
Exactly, pretty much.
Beaker and Luke Skywalker, the same thing.
It is I, the princess!
Princess?
Yes, I have just escaped from an evil fiend who held me prisoner.
Right?
No.
All right, so what's your Star Wars history, and then we're going to open this thing.
My Star Wars history is that it was, I found cards randomly. I don't recall where, how, or when, but they were a pile of maybe about 30 or 40 of them, and I was like, what is this? I love Star Wars, so let's get into it. I started learning the rules, playing with my neighbor, and eventually getting a couple friends of mine from high school into it, wherein that was it. It was all done. We learned the most complex rules in history, wherein if you knew how to play this, you knew how to do everything. You could do advanced calculus, you can land a rocket ship on the moon.
Yeah. Every set was like new rules and a whole new way you can play.
Correct.
And I think DM's feats, I think he knows how to spell Star Wars, and I think that's a win. That's a win.
It's not bad.
It has a Z at the end, or a Z.
No, forget it.
It's a Z.
It's not.
It's
oh
a
my
Z.
God. He got mad because I called the card Zenith Flare.
Zenith Flare.
Yeah, instead of Zenith.
Yep.
That's a little Canadian content for you there.
But anyway, we're also kind of getting raced out, and like my boss is staring at me longingly. So we're gonna flip the camera, and we're gonna open this. I'm gonna let him open a bunch more because I've actually opened some stuff lately. So yeah, I'm excited to see what we get. So there's some cool stuff. So we'll see you guys in a sec. SuckIt.yeah. Probably gonna edit that part out.
.org.
.gov. Anyway, hey security. Whatever. We actually like got booted out of the room that we were doing, so it was a lot harder for camera shot. But you know what? We're done. We already did our chat and crap like that, and Deep's still got his feet. They're just over there. Anyway, box opening. Flake, you've done box openings. I think you know how to do this.
I have. It's not my go-to, but can I do it? Can I rip the seal?
Crack this thing open.
Ooh, I haven't done this in a while. Oh Lord. Okay, so the first surprise is what box we get, and is there one that you want more than any? It's gotta be Vader.
I don't actually have any of those boxes anymore, so I have no clue.
There it is, the official seal. Are you ready to tear the seal?
Rock it out. All right, so one out of 6 boxes, or one. Yeah, there's 6 different boxes, and I think that's right. Just to tease you.
Here we go.
Like the flaps are all of the.
Hey, it's Boba Fett. There we go. Fett is not a bad one, actually. Fett is actually pretty cool.
I'm pretty happy with that.
Gotta be happy with Fett. This box is super awesome.
Right? Like, they're made pretty damn well.
All right, so contents being, of course, you get the official tournament seal deck game, everything.
Yeah, God, let's see. The seal, yeah, it's just...
Oh, there's your pack of A New Hope. There's your sealed pack, which comes with things like Gold Squadron Y-Wings. I think you get Gold Leader and Gold One, or that might have been in the Jedi pack. Or something
we'll crack it and find out. Also, remember just the easy faces of the game.
All right, what are we starting with? A Premiere?
What do you want to start? All right, so first off, we should explain the Premiere was like the core set. Are those limited? Are those unlimited?
They are unlimited.
Unlimited. So a lot of people who were like complaining about the history pack white borders. I'm sure Matt and I were like, we grew up with white.
White border was my jam. Absolutely. You weren't an actual sort of, kind of patchwork player if you didn't have a mix of foils, black borders, and white borders. That's kind of how it goes.
Right. You want to crack the static, and I can explain how that. I'll explain
this.
What. Yeah.
All right.
I'll explain how that works. So in Star Wars, instead of just having one deck, you actually had a light side deck and a dark side deck. So that you just had it and then you swapped. So in order to make these sealed decks work, you got 5 packs, and then there were 18 cards that were static. Everything you're seeing, everybody got one in a sealed deck. So it was 9 and 9. So it was 9 cards to add to your light side deck, 9 cards to add to your dark side deck. Oh god, is that when we get? What was this one? Is this Junless Waste? Yeah, this is the Junlin Waste.
The Junlin Waste.
I built a whole deck around that. I had a Hydroponics Ardent Vapor Crawl, just 4-strain deck. It was a life decking kind of game, so it was actually more of a location control type of thing. The more locations you controlled, these little icons here not only provided you resources, but if you fully controlled them and everybody can exist. Ooh, hello.
Dreadnoughts were very coveted. These were really good for tie decks. They boosted all your ties by 1 power. But just in general, like I forgot about these because there's a lot of these cards actually that were like Z95 Headhunter. You had the Gold Squadron, the Red Squadron, Y-Wings.
These became pretty meta. But anyway, to quickly kind of re-explain, you had your land locations. So you can be on the ground, that's these characters, or you can be in space, and that's like where you've got like the Dreadnoughts, the Gold Squadrons. These on the table provided you resources, and then you would actually be playing, let's say, might as well do it right. You'd be playing your ships and whatever in those spots. At the beginning of a turn, if you had full control of it, which basically means you were there and they weren't, you would get to drain your opponent for the number of icons that they had, the number of resources they were generating. So in this case, it would be a force drain of 1. If they wanted to stop that, they would have to put something there. And then that's like when battles happen. I'm not going to go that far into it, but yeah, it's massive location control.
This little rule book is quite the wishful thinking in terms of learning the game. So yeah, this were the stuff that came in every tournament pack. So at the very least, you had a location, you had ships, and basically stuff for both sides, which was great. But there were playables in here, like
oh yeah, the
dreadnoughts were, and this is the only place you can actually get a dreadnought was in the sealed deck. So there's the secondary market for those were crazy, but these were the bad boys. This was the core set,
like light side, dark side.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what are we split this? So what are you can tell them. You can tell the difference.
Yeah, there they are. So you're on your light side, your dark side. I imagine the same as it. And the fun part about this is dark side always went first.
Yep, dark side always went first.
They were always the aggressors. They were always the instigators. So they were always the ones starting to go first. All right.
Unless I think you had the Death Star, then light side went first. If you're
correct,
you would start with one location. If it was Death Star, light side goes first.
We ready?
Yeah.
I don't know where the rare is in these packs.
I have no. We're just gonna hope for a main character, and that'll tell us.
Now, what's interesting about this is that 15 card booster packs were how it started, but they eventually went down to 9. And I started by collecting the 9 booster packs, and when I found that there was 15, I was like, "That's insane."
Reflections at 18. Actually, no, wait, yeah, these are fine. Return of Jedi.
Yavin Jungle, yeah. We're all going to be a lot thinner. Electro binoculars. Ooh, just a regular X-Wing, which is nice. Few maneuvers. That's a staple card for sure.
Yep.
Fifth Shuffle. Hyper Escape. This is a light side heavy deck.
Right.
Got a problem here.
Oh, Jack Porkins.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I think it's actually really cool. In comes the... Well, somewhere in there was...
The rare, I believe, might be...
it feels like we're going to be a lot thinner.
I think it might be that. There's no indication on the card. So if you don't get like a main or a weapon or something that's obvious, it's sometimes difficult to figure out.
What's even wild is like the earlier ones were, like the earlier sets weren't just rare. You didn't have rare. You didn't even have uncommon. You had uncommon 1 and uncommon 2, rare 1 and
rare 1, rare 2 based on the print.
Yep. No, it wasn't based on the print. It was just based pure on rarity. Like there was it was like their version of a super rare was an R1.
What's great about this pack that I'm opening right now is this is where we're going to know where the rare is because it's going to be Vader, so we'll be able to figure out.
It'd be great. I would gladly take a Vader.
I think a Vader still holds value, even unlimited. It's like a $40 or $50 card still.
Well, the game still exists. Like there's a virtual set when the company shut down or Star Wars got bought by Wizards. The Star Wars CCG license got bought by Wizards. The actual players community gave all of their notes for future sets to just players and said, "Go build." So you can actually go online. GEMP is the platform that you can actually still play Star Wars. They still do tournaments. They still have worlds. They just had a major tournament over the weekend.
I think it might have been the Hans Dice. Might have been the rare in this one. I could be wrong.
That sounds kind of right.
And then a docking bay, code cylinder, Imperial Barrier, another very playable.
Yeah, Hans. All right, I'll take one.
That's the one that Vader's in, which is insane because I thought it was the previous one.
Honestly, I'm kind of looking through. I was like, man, this actually kind of sucks as far as the sealed stuff. Oh, it's gonna get darker. we're up against the clock at this point. I cannot open these for shit. Thankfully, like the paper's crap and whatever. Okay. Hey, Baru. This is also like a great way to learn a lot of I didn't know her name was like Lars.
The lore in here actually expanded a lot.
Yeah, actually part of it's
Honda
Baba. Partner
and Mew Monith. Those are very good. Mew Monith is very good.
Ever y'all know? I've got a bad feeling. So there was always the bad feelings. Pretty much I think every set had like a bad feeling card.
Dune C is a good location.
Dune C, Quinton Wolfman, Y-Wing. I feel like that's my rare, which just continues kind of these are just kind of some crappy packs. Dark Side, straight up TIE Fighter, always nice.
This pack wasn't bad for playability in limited, however.
Yep, Precise Attack, Overload, Talon Roll, Destiny draws were cool. This was a Destiny draw type of game as well. So much of it was based on the what you got in the top corner. Like you would flip over. This is how you would know if you hit somebody. It kind of controlled just about everything.
Get ready for this.
Leia's back. I almost feel like those are like Leia's back was our rare.
Those. All right. Observation Holocam. Cantina Brawl, I think, is your.
Yeah, that's definitely the rare.
Which is not a great one.
Fire. Jawas used. I love the Jawas because Jawas actually, if you played a Jawa, you had to like the opponent also used resources.
Except for stun and limited, must have been a beast.
Yeah.
All right.
They also like to play quite a bit. They like to play a lot, like just with the cards themselves, like Leia's back. This is actually like if Leia's lost, if she's in your lost pile, then you get to you can retrieve her.
Terrible.
Yeah, in limited it's terrible, but all of the pictures like Luke's back, Obi-Wan's back, Leia's back, Han's back it's their back.
It was great because they were both tutors and reanimators, which were great. Last one is A New Hope. So that was the first expansion set. Right?
It was the first expansion set. Clearly on a timer, but this still seems to be fine.
Here we go. This is where Chewie is. Chewie or R2?
Let's go.
All right.
But the crate dragon actually became canon in Mandalorian, which was actually started in this game.
I have a very bad feeling about this.
There's your bad feeling card again.
Kona, Rectenna.
Yep.
Corellian Slip might have been it. R5A2, I think it might be the rare actually. They had some really.
Him. Well, I have a true
Monarch playable and Bespin Motors.
There wasn't like anything cool in here. What? Well, you know what? We got a Boba Fett. We got a Boba Fett.
Boba Box.
That was cool. That was pretty cool.
Hey, the nostalgia is real.
Nostalgia is definitely real.
So there you have it. Star Wars.
Well, thanks for cracking the box and sharing a little history and all that stuff, and we'll throw that and put that together. But how'd that feel after 20-ish years?
It felt great, honestly. It makes me want to go home and open the vault of all the stuff I've been sitting on forever and open it. Don't tempt me because that's a rabbit hole we're not getting into.
This is all I brought. But anyway, we're not going to do a flip camera back because that's just a pain in the ass. But thank you, Matt, for being a part of this, and thank you, DM's Feet, at least, as well as his glorious voice in the background giving us crap.
Woo!
Good job. That's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. So, and I guess one last time for posterity, SuckIt.com.
.org.
.org.
.yeah.
Perfect. Cheers, everybody.